amends the Crimes Act to clarify that intentionally not paying an employee their wages is theft. The law as it stands does not address this. It's currently carried out in a civil jurisdiction. This bill corrects that and makes it a matter for law enforcement through the police. This bill supports Labour's continued effort to protect workers' rights and ensure they get a fair deal by strengthening the laws around labour law. I've heard the most sorrowful speeches I've ever done in this House tonight. I've heard theft from an employee being equivalent to a layer of bureaucracy. We've also heard that not stealing is too much compliance. We don't want to do that, and also that making a criminal offence doesn't deter people. Well, that's a new one from National. I thought it did, according to you. And so I'm quite astounded, Madam Chair, from what we've heard tonight, and I look forward to reviewing some of those speeches later on and having a good laugh. But it's not a laughing matter, because wage theft is a real and constant problem in New Zealand. This is a wider issue that for many New Zealanders, they still have few rights at work. Many workers never even see a written employment contract, even though there is a legal requirement for them to do so. I would like to acknowledge Ibrahim Omar and his work in bringing the bill so far. He has worked incredibly hard and he has real experiences of this happening in New Zealand. I'd also like to acknowledge my colleague Camilla Bellich for continuing the good work and progressing this bill in order for it to pass into law. And I'd like to acknowledge all those union workers and activists who continue to fight for workers' rights in a time that has been incredibly difficult. I know that we've still got a lot of work to do in this space. For many New Zealand workers, the era of the Employment Contracts Act in 1991 has never gone from the workplace. There is still an inherent inequality of bargaining power that is very much alive. And so this bill makes an important step at rectifying this imbalance. Fair pay agreements also did this, but that's already been stripped away by this government. So what we need to do by having this bill in place is that it actually makes it better for those people experiencing wage theft. Tonight in the break I heard a story that was of wage theft, where someone who was working in New Zealand was due $3.50 extra an hour. And that had accrued over a period of months. It came to thousands of dollars. They pursued it through their union delegate. They wrote letters. They inquired as to how they would get that money paid back, and there was no engagement from the employer. What happened was the delegate forwarded the link to this bill to the employer and said, this will be made law in New Zealand and you will be breaking the law. Within a short period of time, the full amount of unpaid wages was paid. So in situations, funnily enough, where there's predetermination, white-collar crime, actually having a crime is a good deterrent, because if it's clear what the penalty is, in some areas like this, it does deter employers from taking money from employees unnecessarily. I'll try and keep my call short, Madam Speaker, but I'd like to say that for those migrant workers in New Zealand, this adds to the protections in place. For those employees that have to fight for their rights, there is now something in place equivalent to Australia, equivalent to other jurisdictions. The penalties aren't as tough here, but I really hope they go towards building a body of law that protects workers to earn a fair wage, to have enough money in their pockets, to hold their head up, to put food on their table, and to be proud of being a Kiwi. And it's a damn shame that side opposite don't agree with that.
Ben Bidwell.
I agree with you, Ginny.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a shit version of Australia. I want to be preferably better than Australia so we can get more workers over here.
Exactly. Oh, any other commentary?
Not on that one, no.
Okay,
you pretty much hit the nail.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok. Who's got the order, baby?